What's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I am B with Pray for Snow Auto Detailing and I am pumped that you are here. In the garage today we have a 2007 Toyota Camry in black. Doesn't have another cool name like Midnight Black or Jet Black, just black. Still a cool car though. It is in here for a full exterior washing and paint protection as well as a full interior detailing. I'm gonna address some stains on the seats and some other things. We are pumped. Also, one of the customers' complaints is they have a lot of oxidation here on the roof of the car as well as on the trunk. So if you look, you can kind of see how it's faded along here. I have a small section where I did a little test to see if the customer wanted to go with a full polish. And I think we're gonna go just a quick polishing to get that oxidation off here, and I think it's going to turn out really great. There are some spots that maybe won't turn out as great. We're going to see after we get it washed and decontaminated, but it's going to be sick. Super pumped to do this one. Well, I'm pumped to do all of them because cars are sick, detailing is sick. Pumped that you're here because that's sick. Let's get to it. All right, we're gonna get rolling with the wheels and tires here. We've rinsed them all off. We're gonna use our Meguiar's tire and wheel cleaner with our detailing brushes. And we are gonna get the rubber cleaned off as well as all that brake dust and stuff. I don't know if you can see this, but every spoke has a little bit of brake dust just running down from it. So we're gonna see if we can get this cleaned up. Pretty sure we can. I'm super pumped. Always super pumped. This detail definitely checks all of the major boxes. Exterior paint correction, amazing interior shots, as well as that headlight restoration. But you need to stay tuned until the very end of this video because a brand new segment is airing and I'm going to leave you on a cliffhanger until then. Make sure to stay tuned. Wheels and tires are done. Let's move on to rinsing. Definitely one of the major focuses of rinsing off the vehicle is that you don't wash any of that dirt or dust that might be trapped on the outside around and cause further damage to the exterior paint. So I'm using my Sun Joe pressure washer and making sure to hit every single part of the body. All right, rinsing went really well. Now we're gonna move on to washing. We are gonna start with the foam cannon, then we're gonna go to the washing with the 2-bucket method, hand washing with the 2-bucket method. Then we're gonna move on to a foam cannon. Final rinse. Let's get to it. What I mean with the 2-bucket method is you have a bucket with your soap and a bucket for rinsing. You have your wash mitt and your brushes. You use your wash mitt and your brushes on one section of the body, and then you rinse it off in the rinse bucket, put it back in the soap suds bucket so that you can have more soap on your wash mitt and your brush, and then you go back and do the next panel. This helps to keep any rocks or anything that may have not gotten off in the rinse section from getting back onto the paint and causing any damage, because here at Pray for Snow, one of our main focuses is keeping your paint scratch free. All right, paint prep steps, or paint correction prep steps. We are going to use a iron and fallout remover from Grayot's Garage, and we're going to get all of that stuff off. So this is going to be a chemical decontamination. Then of course we're going to follow that up with a physical decontamination using a clay bar. So let's get going on that now. As I mentioned earlier, the step in between the chemical decontamination and the physical one is drying. For that, we are going to use the Adams air cannon. Literally one of my favorite tools. So much fun to use. Let's get to it. After a quick visual inspection, we're not going to do a full paint correction like, for example, what we would do prior to a ceramic coating, but the main focus is just to get this oxidation off the clear coat. I've done this test section and that was just by hand. I think if we use, actually I know, if we use just a Eurofiber 50/50 pad, half cutting and half polishing pad, with, I'm going to use the Grayot's light pressure, we'll use that, and then I'm going to use CarPro Essence Plus, changed it from Essence to now Essence Plus, polish it. I think we can just hit it really quick. This is just a fix this oxidation job, so I think that's going to get a good, let's do a little test section and we'll figure it out. Alright, so I am most pumped for this area right here, just because it is the most oxidized and I'm excited to see how this is going to turn out. Now, doesn't that just look amazing? Of course, there's a little bit of spot that we couldn't get to, but we definitely did not want to cut too deep and cause any damage to the clear coat or beyond the paint, so we did what we could, but man, it turned out looking incredible. Alright, minor paint correction is done. Now we're going to roll into paint protection, as well as something I totally forgot to mention earlier, is I am going to restore the headlights using a product I've never used before. So let's quickly IPA it. We'll just give it a quick wipe down so we're ready for the paint protection. Then we'll do those headlights. For the headlight restoration, I'm going to use Cerakote. Not a product I've used before, but it has good reviews, so we're going to give it a try. Steps seem pretty easy. Oxidation remover, sanding, ceramic coat. Let's give it a try. The first step to the headlight restoration was to take the provided oxidation removing wipes and rub it on the headlight. There are 4 per package. There are 8 per package, 4 per headlight. You take it, rub it on there. Once it is yellowed, you discard it and repeat the process until you don't get any more yellow on there. Then you move on to wet sanding. They do provide a sanding block as well as 2 different grits of sandpaper. You have 2000 for your first pass to really get all of that stuff off of there, and then you move on to the 3000 grit to smooth out all of those bigger scratches you put in there with the 2000 grit. The third, final, and definitely most satisfying step of this entire process was the application of the ceramic coating. All you do is take the wipe down where you've done all of the prep work and just watch it transform from that cloudy post-sanding look to brand new, well, like brand new status. I was really impressed with how easy this product was to use, as well as how well it turned out. I mean, look at these before pictures, very clouded, hard to see through. The lights weren't even that bright, to this beautiful, almost like new status. It was incredible. That headlight restoration was sick. Turned out really good. So far, that Cerakote stuff, not a bad thing. This is an unsponsored video. Now we're going to do the last and final step before we move on to the interior. We are going to protect this black paint with Adam's Graphene Ceramic Spray. Let's do it. Exterior's done, let's move on to the interior. We kick off the interior by removing all of the mats and seats, as well as the liner in the trunk, and then we're going to get everything vacuumed and then move on to carpet cleaning. To get all of the carpet as clean as I can, I use the Chemical Guys Citrus Carpet Cleaner. I agitate it with a drill brush, and then of course I use my favorite tool, well, I can't say favorite, one of my most favorite tools, the Sandia carpet extractor. Thing is a tank, never let me down. During the pre-detail inspection of the vehicle, I got a little bit nervous because I didn't know how these lighter colored seats and nearly white carpet would turn out. However, the tools that I used and the method that I used turned out really, really great, and I was able to extract nearly all of the stains that were stuck in the seats. The only one that had a little bit of stain or residue that seemed to be pretty permanent is the front seat. So this is one of the spots I referred to earlier that made me a little bit nervous on the pre-inspection. However, after I agitated it, of course applied the carpet cleaner and extracted, it all came up and it turned out awesome. this little area right here is one of the reasons I love extracting the interior of the car so much, because you start out with a bunch of stains, you do the method of cleaning, spray the cleaner, agitate, and then use the awesome extractor. And I mean, it turned out so awesome, and it's a super satisfying part of the detail, and I love doing it. And you'll probably notice as I'm doing this that there are certain areas that I hit more with the extractor than others, and that really is all depending on the condition. If there is a ton of debris in there, sometimes I'll have to apply the cleaner and agitate more than once, and sometimes all I have to do is apply the cleaner, agitate, and then pull out, and sometimes it just pulls out soap. And when it does that, I don't have to hit it quite as much, but when you're still pulling out mud or whatever is stuck underneath the carpet there, you definitely have to hit it with more than a couple passes. When I'm working alone on a detail, it can take 8 or 12 hours depending on the size and condition of the vehicle. However, I am lucky enough to have an epic partner in crime, and my wife comes out and helps me with the details as frequently as time permits. What we do is a divide and conquer approach. So typically, while I am doing the carpet extracting, my amazing wife is cleaning the vinyl and seatbelts and everything else, whatever she can do besides the carpet, and then we meet at the very end and 303 to protect the entire vehicle. And it's awesome to have her out here with me because it's a lot of fun to work on it together. After the APC and all of the cleaning is done of the plastics, we will go around with our 303 to protect and make sure that all these plastics last as long as the vehicle, and it makes it look so good at the end. So I know you as the awesome viewer are sitting there thinking, wow, that looks amazing. And you're totally right. It really does look amazing. I think you're awesome. Just want you to know. Okay, that Camry detail was brilliant. It turned out really amazing and the customer was really excited. But I realized as I was going through the footage that there's just so much in there that I can't highlight everything because I've been told that I'm pretty excitable, so I would pretty much highlight the entire video if I could. So I'm gonna start a new segment at the end of every video called B's Top 3, where I highlight the coolest things from every detail so that you guys can know what I thought was the most fun or turned out the best or just looked the sickest on camera. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull footage from the video or have it premiere here in B's Top 3. So you wanna make sure that you stay tuned in all the videos so that you can capture all of this detailing awesomeness with us here at Pray for Snow Detailing. So, top 3 for the Camry. We're gonna start with number 3, which is the driver's side seat extraction. Now, some of this footage is included in the video. However, this piece right here was the first time I hit it with the extractor and so much stuff came up just from normal wear and tear use on the vehicle. But man, it was tons of fun to do and it looked really cool and looked great when it was done. Number 2 is polishing from the C to the A post on the Camry. There was a ton of oxidation up there. It was not a full paint correction like I would do before a ceramic coating, but it definitely turned out really, really beautiful and the customer was really excited with the results. Number 1, and my favorite part of this Camry detail, was restoring these faded headlights. I used that Cerakote product that I highlighted earlier in the video, but couple of things I wanted to point out. It was super easy to use. You used literally 3 steps with 3 different products and bam, you apply that ceramic coating and they say it's going to last for the life of the vehicle. Yet to be determined because obviously I just did the detail recently. So we will have to wait and see on that. All right, thank you for tuning in. Subscribe to the channel, you are awesome. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, you're still pretty awesome. But if you wait, click the button right up here and subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of this detailing greatness. Now, whether you subscribed or not, there should be a button over here to take you to another video. So go ahead and watch that one, comment, interact. Make sure you watch it all the way through so the YouTube algorithm continues to share this detailing greatness with the world. Totally appreciate you being here. Thanks for joining us on